Hello, my friends. 1 second. I am going to get us live into my Facebook group. That's always an adventure. Hope everybody's doing great. And I hope you can hear me because I did remember to do my microphone today. Awesome. I see myself in the group. Happy Friday Eve day to everybody. You know how I love to do things around here. I've got Facebook and YouTube right here on my laptop using StreamYard. YouTubers, listen, I want you to smash the subscribe button so you never miss one of my live weekly videos. Today, we are going to dive into your offers, your online courses, your one-to-one sessions. I want to talk about the ways you can ensure that your clients and students actually achieve the success and transformation that not only have you promised in your offer, but that they are wanting to achieve. I mean, think about when you're creating an offer and what it is you are wanting your students to do. I'm going to pause for 1 second, make sure that everybody can see me and hear me because last week we had a glitch. Okay. 1 second.
That everybody can.
Yep. Okay, cool. Awesome. Love it. I'll have to edit that part out later, but that's okay. All right. So today we're going to talk about your offers, the promises that you're making your students, and how you can help them have the success and transformation that you want them to have and that they want to have. But first, just in case we're brand new to each other, I am Tracy Beavers. I'm an award-winning business and sales coach with over 20 years of experience in marketing, sales, and business growth. And several years ago, I became completely fed up with my corporate career, like completely and finally. It took me a while, and I hatched a plan to fully exit. And I want to share with you that once I did, and I was fully intentional with this online business, in my second full year of business, being an online business and sales coach, I blew well past my goal of earning six figures in a year. And I haven't looked back since then. And I want to share that with you because if you're building this business alongside a full-time job and you're wanting to fully exit, or you are already a solopreneur, maybe you've ditched the 9 to 5, I want you to know you can do this. You can build a multi six-figure business just like I have, if that's what you want. Remember our training from last week where I talked about how you get to choose the success that you want to have in your business with regard to your income and the amount of time you want to spend growing it. If you missed that, go back and grab that training. It was pretty powerful. Over the years, I have coached hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you so that you can get visible, grow your email list, and get that consistent monthly income that you really want. And if you're thinking you want to hire a coach to guide you and roadmap those priorities and strategies, literally help you put your blinders on so you can make decisions, get clarity and focus, and reach those goals faster, then DM me or email me. Let's set a free coffee chat and talk about how coaching with me one-to-one is going to skyrocket your business growth in the short term. I only have one spot left for one-to-one coaching. So if you're serious about that, I want you to contact me. All right, my friends, pop your questions and comments into the chat for us as we go along. I am absolutely happy to answer those at the end. I want to pop over and see just in case anybody has. Okay, cool. Jill says that they can see me and hear me. Awesome. Y'all, when you have a microphone issue and tech issues, it never fully goes away. It's like, oh boy, can they see me and hear me? All right. So I want to dive into the training today. Oh, let me mention first, if you're coming to me on replay, I love that. If you have a question, pop it into the comments. I'm going to swoop in and answer it for you. No problem. All right. So years ago, when I entered the online space, we could create just an offer, toss it out into the world. People would buy it. Done. The coaching around creating offers back then was just to create it, put it out there, let people buy it. And if they ever actually cracked it open or got success from it, well, the thinking was, and the training was, that wasn't really your problem as the course creator. It was on the student to actually do the work. Your goal as the creator was to create it and make money from it. This is what the coaches and the big people were saying years ago. And I have to tell you, this never felt okay to me. The first few times I heard coaches and course creators talk about this, that they didn't care if anyone had success with their course or program, they just wanted to sell it and make money from it. I was like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. This feels icky. It felt wrong. It felt extremely opportunistic. And I couldn't operate this way. And because you're my audience and I know you and I know your ethics and I know your heart, and because we're very much alike in our thinking, I know you can't operate this way either, right? What sets you and I apart from the herd is that we care. Yes, we want to make a great income from our offers. Of course we do. We are in business to make money. I mean, duh, right? Why else start a business? But you and I are also prone to laying awake at night thinking about our clients and students, right? Tell me I'm right. I know I'm right. Put that in the comments. Okay, you guys. Full disclosure, I know I'm going to sound like a little bit of a lunatic here, but when I am working with a one-to-one client or a group of new Business Visibility Made Easy students, I cannot stop thinking about them. It's almost ridiculous. I will be out walking the dog and I will get a flood of ideas or solutions for that, for one of them or several of them, or a new way of doing their marketing messaging or one of their social posts. Sometimes I end up feeling like a naggy mother hen that can't stop telling people what to do and how to improve it. So what do we do about this conundrum? There's a private school word for you, conundrum. Use that in a sentence today. But what do we do about it? If people are going to be paying us to work with them one-to-one or pay us to join our programs or buy our courses, we want them to get across the finish line, right? We can't be one of those entrepreneurs, those coaches that I was talking about years ago, we're talking about, and then that one of those coaches that doesn't care. We can't be those kinds of people. I know I can't. I know you can't. So let's talk through some of the ways we can truly make a difference in the lives of our one-to-one clients and our students. This is what's going to set you apart from the herd and, dare I say, make you even more money throughout your career because you are going to become known as the coach that cares. And you're also going to attract way more ideal clients to you this way. You know, the ones that you absolutely love to work with because they care about you and their success just as much as you care about them and their success. So I want you to think about these ideas as you design your next program or course, or maybe you want to revamp one that you've already got to give it even more value. Let's talk about accessibility. How much access do you want your clients and students to have to you? You get to decide this based on how much time you want to devote. You don't have to be on, trust me, you do not have to be on 24/7, 365. I'm not talking about 24/7 access to you. But I do want you to think about how you can give them your attention in a deeper way than just watching your videos. My elite one-to-one clients, this is what they get with me. They get unlimited Voxer access to me. So they can message me anytime in between our Zoom sessions. I have found that this is where the real transformation happens because having access to me audio through Voxer keeps them moving forward. It eliminates the excuse of them saying they're confused or stuck or overwhelmed. They make much more progress toward their goal when they can reach me and talk to me. Now, unlimited for them, I say unlimited Voxer access for them, and I tell them to Voxer me anytime. But what I want to share with you is I'm not on 24/7. I let them know I'm going to return their Voxer messages during my office hours, Monday to Friday. And I do ask for a 24 to 48 hour window for me to respond just in case I have a heavy work day or I'm traveling or something like that and I can't get back to them right away. Most of the time I answer them within about an hour because I know I would like to have a fast response and that's just the way I do things. But if I am, like last week when I traveled to see my mom, I was in the car for a couple of hours and sometimes I needed to give a little bit more thought to my answer. So I was a little bit delayed on that, but they understood. My Business Visibility Made Easy students, the accessibility they have to me is they're in a private student-only Facebook group where they can post and tag me for help with anything, anytime. And again, we respond back during business hours. Although for them, I do respond on weekends because our time together is only 8 weeks in the program, and I truly want them to keep moving forward. I do not want somebody working hard on a Saturday afternoon and they have to wait till Monday for my response in that program. I don't think that's fair. So that's my decision to answer their, it's very easy to do, answer one of their posts in the group. My Business Visibility Made Easy students also get live weekly Q&A calls with me on Zoom where they can ask me anything about their business. Yes, the program is about visibility and list growth, but let's face it, you got a lot of other questions about stuff. Like, hey, what do you think of this new lead magnet? Or, hey, I don't have a lead magnet. I need to know how to create one. What are the steps I need to go through to do that? Or, hey, I'm getting ready to launch in 60 days. Can you help me map out a launch strategy? Anything in their business. They get to unmute. We are all on Zoom together, picture Brady Bunch style. They get to just unmute and talk to me. This is not a situation where I am not that coach that has you pre-submit your questions and I only answer the ones that benefit more of the group. And this is not a situation, I am not that coach, that puts you on a timer like 5 minutes and you've got 5 minutes to ask me your questions. I do ask everybody to be clear and concise to save time. But the cool thing about this program is we're all on Zoom together. They just have to raise their hand, unmute, and they ask me a question, I answer it, and we get them unstuck and moving forward. So think about how you can bring some of this into your offers. You could use Zoom for live Q&A calls. You could use Voxer. I love Voxer. Slack, that's a good one. Marco Polo, WhatsApp. You could use the DM messages. Facebook groups. These are all great ways to stay connected with your students, taking their temperature, keeping your finger on the pulse of how they're doing, what's their mindset like, and how you can help them deeply. And by offering this extra attention, you're also going to gain really valuable insight. You're going to know where they're getting stuck. You're going to know their common questions and concerns, what is overwhelming them, so you can make adjustments if you need to in your program for the next round of students. Also, let's talk about clear expectations when it comes to going through your program. You want to make sure you have communicated the details that your students and clients need to know to have success in your program. This is part of what's going to set you apart also. You might give them a welcome video or a start here video or a course roadmap where you could outline the milestones for them. How could you eliminate confusion when someone comes into your course or program so they know exactly how things are going to go and they have confidence that they can dive in? Let's talk about fostering a community. This adds immense value to your course or your program. If this is applicable to your program, it's applicable to my Business Visibility Made Easy program because we are on live calls together and we're in a private student Facebook group together. It's important that my students feel super supported and safe to share anything that is going on and feel supported not only by me, but by my team and by one another. We encourage interaction. We encourage them to network through coffee chats. We encourage them to give feedback to each other. We do this in our student program as well as in my Business Visibility Made Easy alumni membership. We recently polled the alums in the alumni membership, and overwhelmingly, they said that not only did they feel really well held by me and my team, but they felt really well held by one another. How cool is that? How could you do the same for your students? Another great way to foster a community is through encouraging them to find some buddies to partner up with, not for accountability, because I'm not one. I don't believe you need to have somebody hold you accountable, but for people to pitch and catch ideas with you. All right, let's keep going on this value add. Let's talk about motivation and accountability. I was talking about this with my alumni group this morning. This is tough, and I might ruffle some feathers with this, but truly, motivation has to come from your students. You cannot take on the responsibility of doing their work for them. They have to want to show up, first of all. They have to want to do the work. They have to crack the modules open. They have to attend the live calls if you have them. They need to use Voxer if you offer it. They have to be accountable to themselves first. But what you can do as the leader is be encouraging. So when my Business Visibility Made Easy students are working on making a decision, for example, let's say naming their free Facebook group, or maybe they want to summon up the courage to go live on social media. My job is to help them put a deadline on the decision. Let's put a date on that decision. Let's decide the group name for your new Facebook group in the next 48 hours. Let's decide the date and tell me the date that you're going to go live. That is how I can bring value and help and a little accountability and a little motivation to keep going to my students. What support might they need? Do they need how-to videos or a PDF to walk them through some decisions? I mean, do they need tech support? That's something I'm thinking about adding to my program in the future as well. Create resources and add them to your program as you uncover their needs. That's really important. Did you hear me on that? Create the resources and add those to your program as you uncover their needs. Do not make the mistake of thinking you need a massive library or portal of stuff before your students come in. More is not more. More is just overwhelming. So my advice and what I do is I provide what my clients and students need in terms of the extras, the resources and the PDFs that aren't already in the program. And I do that as they need it. That way I don't spend time creating things that they may not want or need and running the risk of overwhelming them if they come into the program and there's this massive library of stuff. So I hope this training has your wheels turning about how you can create a course or a program that truly moves the needle for your clients. They achieve the goals they set, and you shine as the difference maker in their lives. I would love to know what ideas you have that we could add to this list. I'm going to hop over and check the comments really fast. Lots of great people here with me today. I love it. Oh my goodness. So great to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Laura asked, do you also have a public group that's not for paid course? Yes, Laura, it's the Be a Confident Entrepreneur group. You're in it right now watching me live. Be a confident entrepreneur, get visible, grow your email list and your income. That is my public group, my free Facebook group. Yep. And it is the biggest source of my list growth, also the biggest source of my income. And it is something that we teach in the Business Visibility Made Easy program. So for me, I have 3 groups. I have my free group, Be a Confident Entrepreneur, that is open to the public as long as you are a kind, warm-hearted entrepreneur. That's really the only requirement. And then I have the Business Visibility Made Easy private student group that is for 8 weeks during the time that we have that program going. So right now we're in week 4. I think we're headed into week 5. And then that program will close at the 1st of July and reopen in October. And we essentially use the same student group. We just go in, remove everybody, remove the content. We get it all set up for the next group. So we don't have to create a fresh group for each student round. And then I have my Business Visibility Made Easy alumni membership Facebook group. And once you complete Business Visibility Made Easy as a student, you're invited into the alumni membership. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but you guys have to remember, I've been doing this for many years, and I have an awesome team, namely Jill. Couldn't do anything without Jill, but she helps me stay organized. And when it comes to that alumni membership, as I mentioned, I'm not creating a whole bunch of things for the alums to possibly look at and need. I told them from the beginning, I told the founders that joined me last year when I decided to do it, I'm going to create what you need when you need it because I want it to be valuable and I don't want to overwhelm them with information. All right, my friends. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, we do that. We just use the same student group every single time. It makes it really, really handy. Yes, Leanne's here and she said, I love the suggestions like Voxer as an upgrade to a current offer. Exactly. You could offer it as a VIP upgrade. So you have your current offer, maybe your course, and then you could do a VIP offer or an elite level where they get some access to you through Voxer or some live calls. All right, my friends, I love your questions and comments. Keep them coming, especially if you're on replay. Here's what I want you to do now. We've been talking about how to create an environment where not only your students achieve massive success, but they also appreciate you, love you, and they want to stay connected with you. And when it comes to deepening those connections with your ideal clients, I want to ask you this. When somebody grabs your lead magnet, your freebie, we always teach that you do need to have a couple of lead magnets out in the world that are converting well to grow your email list. So when your ideal client, your dream client, grabs your free lead magnet, are you inviting them after they've grabbed that and opted in and they receive it? Are you inviting them somewhere in that email that you've used to deliver the lead magnet or in the lead magnet itself to take another step with you? They've got your awesome freebie, right? But they need to know what to do next so that they stay caught up with you, caught up in your content, caught up in your community so that they do convert into buyers faster. I've got a free training all about this. It's called Where Are Your Lead Magnets Leading Your Clients? And I want you to go grab it. tracybeavers.com/magnet to grab that. It's really important to give our ideal clients the next step, Tell them what to do. So, for example, in my lead magnets, there is always a call to action and an invitation to join my free Facebook group. Be a confident entrepreneur, get visible, grow your email list and your income. And then the last page of my lead magnet may be another invitation to my group, but some of my lead magnets, that is an invitation to purchase a low ticket offer. So there's all kinds of ideas that you have, but just keep thinking through, okay, they've grabbed my freebie. Now where do I want them to go next to stay caught up with me and keep consuming my content? I want you to be here live with me every Thursday at 11:30 Central. Put it on your Google Calendar, set a phone alarm. And the biggest thing I want you to know this week, I say this every single week, and it is absolutely true. Don't go it alone. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. Some days everybody wants to buy what you're selling, and other days nobody can remember your name. And if you think you're alone in feeling that way, you are not. Being an entrepreneur is a roller coaster of emotion, and most people can't take it. That's what sets you and I apart from everybody else. I want you to have a great balance of the week and weekend. And I want you to remember that when one of us rises, we all rise. So we have got to keep cheering each other on. I will see you next week.